Brother in the Land, Act 1, Scene 1, Summary or Quiz. For more videos on the same topic, please subscribe my channel, Learners on Board. Setting: the Lord's shop, the shop counter. Characters: Danny Lodge and Ben Lodge, Mrs. Troy and Craig Troy, Mary Lodge and Richard Lodge, Andrea Bukowski. The setting for this scene from Brother in the Land is the shop owned by Richard and Mary Lodge, where Mrs. Troy arrives and is purchasing items in case there is a war. Richard refuses to offer her the large water bottles she requests because he wants to save the larger ones for himself and his family. In this scene, Danny expresses his hatred for his little brother Ben, the subject of history, his history teacher Rhodes, and the seller in his shop. However, Richard says that the seller in his shop might save Danny's life one day. Along with Ben and Craig, Mrs. Troy leaves. Quiz for Scene 1. Since you have learned Show Don't Tell, describe the setting and mood of the first scene by writing a short paragraph using Show Don't Tell. Question number 2. What is Danny's attitude towards his younger brother Ben? Question number 3. Danny is supposed to be someone with a good sense of humor. Can you find a glimpse of his sense of humor in Scene 1? Quote an example. Act 1, Scene 2, Summary and Quiz. Setting: Danny's school assembly. Characters: Mr. Rhodes, Danny Lodge, Andrea Bukowski. The scene takes place in the school where Mr. Rhodes, the PE instructor, is presenting a lecture called Protect and Survive on how to survive if the bombing actually occurs. The preceding scene already made reference of Danny's animosity towards Rhodes. Rhodes explains to the audience certain drills and how to survive: camping, waiting for assistance, having supplies on hand, finding shelters, avoiding radiation sickness, etc. He places emphasis on the sirens of warning. The assembly is not being taken seriously at all by the pupils. They are making catcalls and giggling. By doing this, they demonstrate that they do not take the threat seriously and that it has no bearing on them. However, Rhodes soothes the audience by warning them of the fatal repercussions, which deflates them. Quiz for Scene 2. What is the setting and mood of Act 1, Scene 2? Question number 2. What seems to be the reaction of Mr. Rhodes and the assembly towards each other based on the dialogues? Question number 3. Explain the purpose of showing the documentary Protect and Survive to the audience, to the students. Question number 4. Some of the words used in this act are given below. Infer their meaning from contextual clues. Catastrophic, jagged, radioactive, obliterated. You may answer the questions in the comment box, and also you can comment on your friends' answers. Act 1, Scene 3, Summary and Quiz. Act 1, Scene 3, Summary and Quiz. Setting: school break time. Characters: Alec Booth, Tracy Hansen, Sophie Cartwright, Danny Lodge, and Andrea Bukowski. During the school break, students are still making fun of the assembly and daily life is continuing as usual. The assembly is still being made fun of by the students who are unconcerned by the bomb threat. Instead of Andrea, Danny's friend Sophie asks Danny to a birthday celebration. It seems that she considers Danny her best friend and does not want to invite anyone else except him. This demonstrates that people's lives are going about them as normal and that they are just concerned with the present. Quiz. What do you think was Alec doing? How was his behavior linked to the previous scene? Question number 2. Briefly describe the behavioral action or reaction of each of the three characters listed below. Sophie Cartwright, Andrea Bukowski, Danny Lodge. You may answer these questions in the comment box. Act 1, Scene 4. Summary and quiz. Setting. Kershaw's farm, the nuclear bunker, civil defense team. Characters. Lieutenant Renton, Light Fowler, Michael Stroud, and Frank Fitch. Vera Walker and Captain Leacock. The Kershaw farm. Mary and Mrs. Troy are real. As the rumors claim, an organization known as Civil Defense Team has been established to safeguard civilians from natural catastrophes and other threats. The Civil Defense Team's organization demonstrates that explosives are a significant issue and that the general public is oblivious of private affairs. Renton, the medical officer, is giving a serious speech to the army soldiers about how to withstand radiation, how to collect supplies, when to come outside, etc. Strangely, the CDT only allows themselves to see these demonstrations. This demonstrates that they are solely concerned with their own survival and have no regard for the well-being of other people. They also talk about they won't be ready to assist the victims when they return to the outer world in 2 weeks. This discussion continues until all of a sudden the lights go out. A warning siren sounds and it becomes obvious that bombs are approaching. Quiz of Scene 4. The CDT is projected as the symbol of authority and aggression. Support this view by citing evidences from the play script. You may answer the question in the comment box. Act 1, Scene 5, Summary and Quiz. Setting. The bombs. Skipley Town under nuclear attack. Characters. Shadow Man. In this scene, a mushroom cloud appears, which demonstrates a nuclear attack on Skipley. Shadow Man speaks of how devastating the attack was and how things can never be the same again. For more videos on the same topic and many other novels and play scripts, please subscribe my channel, Learners on Board. Thank you.